Hello, welcome everybody, and I am delighted today to have another Kerfuffle webinar with the guys from Spoke today, and in fact it's Spoke from Rex. So we had Mark on the other day. You're his counterpart as well on the digital marketing side of things, Ben. Welcome to the show. Are you okay?
Yeah, fantastic. Yeah, really good. Thanks, you.
Yeah, really good. Yeah, really good. Counting down now to be let out, but never mind.
Yeah,
never mind that.
almost there.
It's almost there, exactly right. So, Ben, we were talking off camera there. You obviously Rex is to many people will be a new company over here. It's landed with great fanfare with their strong CRM software, but it's built on the back of a really large reputation in Australia. And Spoke is one of the product lines that has been very successful there on the digital marketing side of things. Do you want to just give us an overview of what we're going to be talking about today, what the title of it's going to be, and then maybe we'll jump into some of the detail. Just give us an overview of, again, what Spoke's all about.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, that sounds good. Yeah, and I think what you said then about Australia is exactly right. Obviously, Rex Labs over there, it's pretty big, and obviously we've just come to it sort of recently to the UK a couple of years now. But yeah, Rex CRM and obviously Spoke is the social media online marketing aspect. And I guess today we're really going to talk about Spoke, what it is that we do. It's powerful digital advertising for estate agencies made easy, and it really just allows them to kind of jump into that world of digital advertising, and Spoke helps kind of streamline that process. We take care of a lot of the heavy lifting, the ad formats, all of the audiences, and I think targeting is probably one of the key areas in terms of advertising as well. And so yeah, we're going to discuss kind of some of the benefits of Spoke, I guess how it kind of all works, some of the biggest mistakes that agencies make, and some of the biggest kind of misinterpretations they have when they do get into sort of the advertising side of things. And then I guess the last question we had on the list is why choose digital over traditional methods? What are the benefits? And I think we're starting to see in many industries, and especially in the property industry here in the UK, a lot of agencies are starting to realize that digital is kind of a huge side of their advertising alongside the portals and that kind of stuff. And there's lots of benefits for that as well. And we'll talk about that in here today as well.
Perfect, great agenda, lovely. So can we just deal with some of the basics then? So when we talk about, obviously, I think most agents will at least know the phrase in terms of digital advertising and everything else. Are we talking specifically Facebook? Are we talking cross platform, or is this focused on the Facebook platform for the moment?
So with Spoke, we deal with Facebook, we also deal with Instagram, and then we also have Google Display Network as well. So it's Google Ads. So you've got all three platforms kind of combined into one. And again, that kind of streamlining that whole process. When you're generating these ads and you're generating these campaigns, you can choose between just Facebook, just Instagram, Google Ads, or you can combine all three together. And again, it's just streamlining that whole process and making the ad sort of creation really easy in that sense.
Perfect. And let's just drill it. Let's hit them early so that they know why they should be staying on board. What sort of success stories do you look at? And you can borrow this from Australia, because I think they've been doing it in some respects more than us, because of that. We're very jealous of their vendor paid advertising over there. What do the best agents get out of this when they get it working correctly?
Yeah, I think what you said then about the whole vendor paid advertising, that's obviously kind of a normal thing in Australia, and I think in the UK it's something that isn't necessarily offered straight away. A lot of agencies do front the costs, but we are seeing a lot of agencies that are starting to use Spoke, and it's great as a unique selling point when you're trying to win listings, trying to win marketing appraisals. Yeah. It's a unique selling point that these agencies can use. And again, it's a great tool for them, not just for the actual kind of winning the marketing appraisals, but then when it actually comes to pushing the campaigns out, we've got kind of reports that these guys can use as well to actually show the vendors, add them value. And again, it's just a great tool all round when it kind of comes to advertising properties, and being able to kind of portray that to the vendors, and not necessarily get vendor paid advertising from them initially, but if it's something that they can start to offer as an extra add-on and vendors do start to pay for it, that is something that's kind of beneficial for those guys.
In your experience, is that what most of the agents taking it on over here are planning to do? Impress upon them the value, and then down the line, hopefully start to see this as genuinely, as an extra service they can charge for?
Yeah, I think we're starting to see that a lot more. Obviously, in Australia, vendor paid advertising is pretty much done on every single listing. So these guys are pushing that through. And I think the benefit is it to the agency as well. When the vendors are paying for the advertising, they're advertising their property. They're going to sell it quickly, maybe for sort of the right price. But then it's also that brand awareness side of things for the agencies as well, which they're not having to front. Now, the flip side of that is a lot of agencies will use Spoke as a unique selling point, and instead of maybe asking the vendor for sort of vendor paid advertising straight up, they'll actually start to charge an increase in their fee. They'll start to demand a higher fee. And there's some agencies out there who have started to do this successfully. And again, all these extra add-ons, the whole social media side of things is an extra service that these agencies can offer to the vendors to sell their properties sort of quicker, faster, better price.
Cheers. That's great to be able to frame that, understand obviously the reason why we should be doing that. And so talk us through some of the key benefits then, really, of the main benefits of using Spoke in terms of their great. We've got a tick in the box multi-platform essentially, but what does it really do for the agents and indeed for the vendors?
Yeah, so I think it's advertising online, and again, a lot of agents and agencies will have tried to do this sort of manually. Facebook Business Manager, Google Ads. It's you'll always find it's a very time-consuming process. It takes a lot of time when you're going into the back end, creating all these ad formats, creating all the audiences, and again, it's yeah, not just time-consuming, but it's also complicated as well. It's complex. It goes quite deep, and there's a lot that can go into these audiences as well. And that's basically what we do at Spoke. So the platform itself, we have all of the campaign creation is all automated. There's a few steps that these agencies sort of go through when they're creating an ad campaign, and they can actually create these campaigns in under 60 seconds. Wow. So as opposed to it taking 20 minutes for if you sort of know what you're doing. I speak to some agents and they say, yeah, I've spent an hour inside the back end trying to create one campaign. In Spoke, they can come in 60 seconds, they've created that campaign. And again, it's intuitive as well. It's more ad formats. We've got over 37 different ad formats that are created inside of the Spoke platform. And again, these are all created automatically, and all these ads get pushed out as well. You've then got the flip side of that. And I guess the two important things when it comes to advertising is the audience. You need to be targeting the right people. Yeah. Our team have done a lot of trialing, a lot of testing to create these audiences. We've got audiences for buyers, and we've also got audiences for sellers and vendors. And we also do landlords and investors in there as well. And we do properties for rent. So again, the audience is key. You need to be targeting the right people. And that's where the digital side of things, it's highly targeted, lots of different demographics, interests, people's behaviors online, that we've kind of built these audience segments to really sort of tailor it into that as well. Yeah, there's lots of different benefits that I can go into. We've also got built-in landing pages inside of Spoke, which a lot of people have to use from external sources. We've actually built that into Spoke, and there's lots of different metrics that we can actually track from that as well. And again, the reports easily digestible, they're vendor friendly. They can actually share that with the vendors. They can jump in through the links, see the reports, see how many impressions their property's got, see how many clicks they've got through to that. Again, inquiries, engagement in the landing page as well. So it's really great information that they can share with the vendors so that they can see, okay, my property is out there on social media. We're getting a lot of attention. There's a lot of eyes on it as well. So yeah.
That's really good. So, I mean, that resonates, because one of the biggest problems that many agents have seen is that they might have dabbled in advertising here, and one of the big issues they get is they're actually getting engagement to a point, but then on the landing page it bounces for whatever reason, or going through to their website. And I have spoken to a number of agents who said it wasn't per se the advertising campaigns that were failing, but it was the funnel that was the bit that made it wrong. So you're even working with your own agency clients on that to make sure that bounce is minimized, basically.
Yeah, exactly that. Yeah, landing pages, it's called AMP technology, and it means just the landing pages load instantly. A lot of research from Google kind of shows that if the web page, and again, I'm sure we've all had it, people who are watching now have had it, you click on a web page, if it doesn't load within a matter of seconds, you're bored and you've already jumped away. So making sure these pages load almost instantly is obviously key to kind of capturing those leads. And again, nice, smooth, professional looking landing pages. And again, they don't have to use landing pages. A lot of agencies do like to send traffic straight to their website. Obviously, that's your digital shop front. And again, it's key also driving traffic to there. So it depends, what the agencies want to do really. But again, they can sort of trial both.
And I mean, this is a completely separate issue, but obviously there's a big wrangle going on over here at the moment in terms of the portals, and a lot of agents are crossing their fingers and praying that social and the likes of Facebook will save them from being able to rely wholly on those portals. Are you seeing, are you seeing any signs of that people are doubling down on this kind of technology and lessening their reliance on the portals?
Yeah, absolutely. And I think there's a lot of agencies that we speak to, and a lot of agents who like you say, portals prices are going up, prices are increasing. And again, I think a lot of agencies are realizing they don't just need to focus on the portals necessarily when they're finding buyers. But I think the whole social side of things, it's got a few benefits as well. We call it sort of portal leakage. Yeah. You get people that are on the portals, you've got all your active buyers, which is great. These people are actively looking for properties. Again, if your property's gone free, once they go page 3, they don't really go any further than that, and listings start to go stale. Being able to then advertise that on the portals, you're not only targeting the active buyers whilst they're online, and again, people are spending on average kind of 20-30 minutes a day on the portals. People are spending up to 5 hours a day online, 2 hours a day on social media. So the time that people are spending online is huge. So being able to target these people whilst they're online is obviously massive. And again, that's just talking about the active buyers. Behind those active buyers, you've got that whole audience, huge audience of passive buyers, people who might not necessarily have started looking on the portals just yet. They might not really be too active on the portals, but again, they might see a property, they might like it, they might want to inquire. And again, we've had stories, especially in Australia, where people have put properties just on social media before the actual portals. Yeah. And again, they've sold properties before they've even gone live on the portals.
Brilliant, Ben. Well, I'm very excited. I think one of the next times I'd love to talk to some of the clients as well, see how they're actually using it on here. But I think as an intro to Spoke, that's fantastic. Encourage everybody to reach out to Ben and the team and find out a little bit more. Ben, thanks very much for your time today.
Yeah, cheers. Thank you very much. I've enjoyed it.
Cheers.